I'm Diane Scott, and my son and I were once formerly homeless. We were homeless for 5 years. We had couch surfed and lived out of our car until we moved to Jacksonville. Once we got to Jacksonville, we found out about the homeless shelter, Sulzbacher. So I got in contact with Ability Housing and I got approved for an apartment within 60 days of being at Sulzbacher. I remember the day we got our keys. We walked in and both of us laid on the floor and we just cried that we had finally had a place of our own. So it took me a long time to try to get sober. I had tried many times to get sober and I couldn't. I was just in survival mode. I was just trying to live. Being homeless, that made it very hard to focus on my sobriety. So once we got placed into an apartment, I was able to really focus on my sobriety and do everything that I needed to do to remain sober and start being a normal member of society. I stayed with Ability Housing in that apartment for a year, and within that year I was able to obtain 2 jobs. And I started to learn what it meant to work and to provide for my needs and my son's needs. I started to learn what it meant to take care of us. Now I have an apartment all on my own. My son had bounced back and forth between different schools. He had never stayed in one school more than a couple of months. And he's actually been in the same school now for 2 years since we left the program. And all of his grades are A's and B's, and he is doing very, very well. I was never involved in his school activities. I never tried to sign him up for sports. It was always really just survival mode, like I said. So now I have the opportunity to sign him up for sports and to be that mother to him that I always wanted to be. I would say to somebody right now that's homeless not to give up hope. I gave up hope many times, and there is hope, and it is possible to get better. I never thought that I would get better, but I did, and I get the opportunity to share my story with people, and that shines a little bit of hope into their lives, and they're able to see that maybe they can do the same. Being a peer support specialist has been the most rewarding and fulfilling call on my life. I never expected in a million years that my story would be used to help other people. I get to walk through life with clients or other peers is what I like to call them, and we get to talk about goals, we get to talk about life, I get to share my experience, strength, and hope with them every time I meet with them, and we start to dream again and we try to decide what they want in their lives, and we do whatever we can to achieve that. It's so rewarding to watch one of my clients achieve something and to see their joy and the hope they have just from that one task being done and completed. And so that gives them that little bit of hope to continue to persevere and to push forward to the next thing that they want to do. I never thought that I would be doing what I'm doing today because of Ability Housing. That's where it started for me. And now I have the biggest calling on my life.